What is up, YouTube? It is me. I am back. I live, and yeah, I have been out of the card game scene of things for a good month or so, and I thought I'd get back into it just a little bit. And I guess this is for a couple people that I know, and to be honest, I'm very embarrassed to make this actually because it's been so long. I haven't made one of these in a good couple months. Anyway, I'm here to bring you an Oracle Think Tank No Soul deck build. It's a classic one. It's my very first deck actually that I've ever gotten in Vanguard. My most favorite, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And this is a Strideless deck. So first, we're gonna start off with Little Witch Lulu. She's a Forerunner, but from the Soul. So when you ride a grade 3, she moves from the Soul to a rear guard. You take 2 cards from your Soul, put them into the drop zone, and you may draw a card. It adds 1 card to your hand, more defense, and she's just adorable. Like, you couldn't go wrong with Lulu. Never. And then next, we're going to start with the grade 3s. After that, we have 3 Scarlet Witch Cocos. What she does is she gets 3,000 power if you have no cards in your Soul, and her on-ride skill is you can counterblast 2. When she's placed on Vanguard, you can draw 2 cards if the number of cards in your Soul is 1 or less. Ooh, excuse me. Now with Lulu, you can get 3 cards turn 3 with only 2 counterblasts, which is a very, very good plus, in my god honest opinion. And she worked really well in this deck. She's basically a staple because of the witches, and since it's classic, you can't go wrong with Coco. And I know I'm being like hella awkward right now, but it's understandable. It's okay. So, and then after that, we have 2 Sky Witch Nanas. And what she does is, if you don't have any cards in your Soul, if she's on Vanguard, she gets 3,000 power, and on Rearguard, she gets 1,000 if you don't have any cards in your Soul. So with her, it's just, you know, she's an 11k attacker on Rearguard or 13k attacker on Vanguard. She's not too big for the deck. You don't really use her too often, but of course she's just there to substitute for Coco if you don't get your Coco first hand or up to your grade 3. And then after, we have another staple for this deck. For how it works is Imperial Daughter. Now, I know her restraint ability is kind of awkward because you have to counterblast and take a card and put it into your Soul. But the combo being is you ride Coco if you can. You get the 3 cards with Lulu, and then next turn you ride Imperial Daughter. You put Lulu into the Soul, and you put 1 extra card into the Soul. And then if you have another Coco in hand, you ride Coco again, and you can +3 once again. So it's very, very nice, and she's good. But she's if you don't have any rear guard, she gets 10,000 power, +1 critical, and she loses restraint. So she's very good on pressure because she's a 21k attacker. But also you're taking the risk of your opponent attacking you with all 3 columns. Very hit or miss. But still okay. It makes the combo really good. You can get a lot of cards in your hand, and it's amazing. After that, we have 2 Security Guardians. He's the Special Intercept. Yes, very, very old, and I don't think anybody uses Special Intercepts anymore, but he becomes a 10k shield when you use him to intercept. He's good for that extra defense. You don't have to drop as many cards from your hand onto the guard, and he makes a good target for your opponents because your opponents don't want you to have that extra 10,000 shield on the field. So he's good in that sense. And then after that, since it is a Null Soul deck, run 4 Battle Sister Glace. With her abilities, if you don't have any cards in your Soul, she gets 3,000 power. Now, she's not old per se, but she's just very nice for this deck. And she becomes an 11k because, like, pretty easily because no Soul. You tend not to have any cards in your Soul, and she's a good target, of course, and she can hit them high numbers, I guess? Question mark, maybe? I don't know. I honestly haven't played in such a long time, but I still remember the basic concept of this deck. Kinda, maybe. Anyway, we go back on to the last bit of the grade 2s, and that is 4 Battle Sister Tart. Now, of course, there's the older ones, like not Apollon, but I forgot his name, Wiseman, I believe. He's just very creepy, and I prefer Tart overall. But she's the 10K, so basically she's your go-to grade 2 ride, or if you feel you just need that little extra boost, because you know you have a card in your soul, so Glace is not gonna cut it for you, or the other one, the grade 3, I think Nana was her name, if I remember correctly, and you don't really want to use your security guardian because you need high numbers, you go for Tart because she's the 10K base vanilla. If that makes any sense, because that made no sense to me. Anyway, it's been so long since I've made these videos, since looking at this deck just brings back so many old memories. Alright, and Circle Magus would be the start of the grade 1s. We run 3 of those. When she's placed on Vanguard or Rear Guard, you may look at the top card of your deck and place it back on top. She allows you to just, you know, psych your opponent out in some way, because, you know, you look at the top card, and they don't know if it's a crit or not. I guess you could say that it's a crit, or just make that face like, oh, look, it's something good, and force them to guard, or overguard it. She's good for you just to plan out what you're gonna do next in terms of defense, because if it's not the card that you need up top, then you have to do something a little different, because you've seen what's up top and whatnot like that. Yeah. Oh god, I'm so bad at explanations. This is so awkward. I'm going to be gutted, and I know it when people watch this. If people watch this, oh dear lord. Alright, and then after that, we have 4 Oracle Garden Gemini, the Naked Babies, 8K vanilla, grade 1, good for turn 1 ride, good for attacking, I guess, in some sense. Boosted with another one, 16. Very good boost because it is 8K, and I think that's all I got for it in terms of it being in the deck. And then after that, we have I think I would call it a failsafe, so just in case you don't have any cards in your soul, or you have too many cards in your soul, you have 2 Luckbirds. When it's placed on rear guard, you may Soul Blast 2, and you may draw a card. Good for emptying your soul, of course, because again, no soul, and you can still plus from it in some way. And then after that, we have the 4 perfect guards, of course, because you can't ever go wrong with perfect guards, and I know they all look weird. There was 4 of the Battle Sister one, but I kind of swapped them out because variety, and I like to make it look interesting, and Tetramagus is amazing. And yeah, they guard any attack, and they're just, yeah, there to guard any attack. And they look nice, so. Then after that, we have 3 Weather Girl Milks. Now, you don't want to run 4 with this one if you so choose to use this as a reference of some sort. She's the 10K boost if you have 4 more cards in your hand. Very easy to get off her ability, but running 4 is a little bit excessive. You can actually run 2 and make room for, say, another grade 2 or another Coco, per se. Or any other card within the deck or that you really need. 3 is, I'd say, a safe bet, because it's still consistent in a way, and you know at some point you're going to see it. So yeah, that's what I got for that. And oh my god, this is so awkward. Oh dear lord. It's fine. It's gonna be a funny one, I guess, in some sense. Let's see, after that, we are going to go into the triggers. We run 5 crits. Yes, Psychic Bird. Psychic Bird's ability is, when it's on rear guard, you can put it into the soul and draw a card. Now you can use that to help with the Imperial Daughter Coco combo, or you could use that for oh, excuse me, for Luckbird's ability, you know, just to get out that extra card in the soul, or get out those cards in the soul, and because you put it in, draw, and then Luckbird, you draw another, and yeah, you're plussing for days. You know, you're just gaining all them cards in your hand, and it's just so nice. Now, and God, oh God, and you know what sad thing is, I'm still gonna upload this one too, no matter how bad this is. I will let this be a lesson to myself in the future. Prepare for the videos and try not to do them, like, you know, early on when you are exhausted. Anyway, next we have 7 draw triggers. 7 draws due to the fact of it being a very defensive deck. It has no offensive capabilities, too much, other than Imperial Daughter. Of course, I'm stuttering. Jesus. And yeah, you could run more, you can run less. I suggest the 7 though, because you want to draw as much as you can, and usually by the time the game is over, you still have cards in deck, so you don't have to worry about having too many draws, and you will have the biggest hand of your life in terms of cards, and you could just, you know, fan yourself as your opponent is sitting there with like their 1 or 2 cards, worrying about whether or not they're going to lose because they don't have enough to guard, and you just be sitting there like, ha ha ha, I'm playing Oracle Think Tank. I win automatically. You know, I saw games. I'm sorry, that was very bad. Anyway, we have the 4 heals, of course. Lozenge Magus. Her ability is, she's basically a starter in a way. So when another unit rides her, you can move her back into any rear guard, and when she boosts, she gains an extra 3,000, and she becomes a 6k boost. And with that, yeah, that's my OTT deck. It's very poorly said in all of it, but I think this is an interesting video, so I think I'll keep it. And yeah. I am very sorry for not being around too much. I will try to get back to uploading more videos at some point in time, and thank you for whoever watches, and I hope this was somewhat informative or I made somebody's day.